morning to Coffee with Lonnie. We have our espresso here. We got filtered water. Here, just fix it up here with some coffee bean, Italian sweet cream, zero sugars. Add some of that in there. And I usually like to throw some half and half in there. I'll put it half and half. And we're going to go whisk. Not whiskey in the glass, not alcohol. And just a little around there to, all right. And then follow me over here. Follow me over here. Well, I don't know why this thing is having such a problem there following, but nevertheless, I heat some water up because once I put the cream in, it doesn't stay at the hot point that I'd like to drink it at. So I'll go ahead and throw some boil water in here, and I'll bring it back to the heat that I like it. Right, so just getting set up here. That's what we do to get set up for our video. And hey, just wanted to say thanks for listening to our podcast, and God bless you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, just wanted to come back on here this morning and share some coffee with you. And we're also going to be doing a little bit of news update here. And so, and later on, we will come back on and do our faith routine update for you. The Lord has something for us in there, then we'll do that as well. And so right now, I'd like to just kind of give us a little idea, a cap of what's going on this morning. And so let's listen into that for a minute and see how things go here. And so be right back.
By delaying the release of Palestinian prisoners. Voting is underway in Germany's snap election, with security, the economy and immigration top of voters' minds. And students and teachers are protesting in Madrid, Spain, in support of public education. Israeli military has deployed large numbers of tanks near Jenin in the occupied West Bank. It's the first time tanks have been seen in the occupied territory in more than 20 years. The Israeli army has stormed the town of Kabatir, south of Jenin, and destroyed electricity and water lines. It continues to conduct raids across the region for the 34th consecutive day. More than 100 Palestinians have reportedly been detained during the raids. Zena Tahan has more from Ramallah in occupied West Bank.
the statements by Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, are the latest piece of information that we have about how long this operation is going to last. He said earlier today that he has instructed the Israeli army to remain in these camps in the northern occupied West Bank for what he said a year. He said they will be remaining for the next year, and he has also said blatantly that the Israeli army forcibly displaced 40,000 people. Obviously, they used the word evacuated, but under international law, this is an occupied population. They are refugees, and they have many protections, or are supposed to have many protections against these types of military assaults that push them out of their homes at gunpoint. He said that the refugee camps of Jenin and the two camps in Tul Karem, one of them by the same name, Tul Karem, and the other one is Nur Shams, he said that they have been completely emptied, openly admitting, as I said, the forcible displacement of these residents who have been out of their homes for over a month now. This operation began in Jenin, in the refugee camp, specifically on January 21st, and now it has spread to the cities and the village.
Okay, guys. So kind of get an idea what's out there this morning going on, and so let me just pull back here again. There was let me pull this up here real quick.
Doctors for Pope Francis say after a week-long battle with pneumonia. Doctors for Pope Francis say a week.
Okay, let me get this up here.
Battle with pneumonia. He suffered a respiratory crisis today and is now in critical condition.
We want to take you out to the Vatican for a live look. It is now just after 8 a.m. there Sunday morning, and Catholics are just a week and a half away from Ash Wednesday, marking the start of Lent.
We are seeing the reaction already here at home. NBC4's Tracy Leong is live at St. Charles Catholic Church in North Hollywood, where, Tracy, we know they dedicated their Mass tonight to Pope Francis.
Yeah, they certainly did, Jonathan and Kathy. People tell me they are deeply saddened by the Pope's condition, and they hope that their prayers, along with those around the world, will help lift him up at a time when he needs it most.
So we're certainly going to pray for him for good health. We rely upon guidance and his presence to help in the day-to-day life of what we do.
Parishioners at St. Charles Catholic Church in North Hollywood concerned about the health of Pope Francis. The Vatican released an update Saturday. His condition continues to be critical. He's not out of danger. The Holy Father experienced a severe asthmatic respiratory crisis this morning, requiring high-flow oxygen therapy. His blood test revealed he had an abnormally low number of platelets in his blood, associated with anemia, and needed blood transfusions. The Pope spent the day alert and sitting in an armchair, although in more pain than yesterday.
He's been such an incredible hope for us. The way he lives, his example for Catholics has been incredible.
The 88-year-old was admitted to the hospital on February 14th for bronchitis. Earlier this week, the Vatican said the Pope had developed pneumonia in both lungs.
What we're feeling is the same kind of thing we would feel for any beloved relative. We're all just praying.
Loyola Marymount University theology professor Cecilia Gonzalez Andreu says worshipers are uniting in prayer for the leader of the Catholic Church.
Okay, guys, so there's a couple fresh news. As far as the Pope's concerned, I didn't think he was going to get better, and I don't know that he is going to be better. I have prayed that he recovers and gets better, as we all should. No matter what we think about people's faith, their beliefs, and other things, we still have to have a love for humanity, and hope for humanity. If God judged us on when He first called us, where would we be today? Nowhere. And so, anyhow, I just think that no matter what, we should always be looking for helping someone else, and as Jesus would. And so, anyhow, that's some of the latest news today, as far as the if you've been catching any of the news, you've seen the whole Trump and Zelensky fallout. You've got the European folks; they're in shambles, man. Their economy is horrible, especially Germany, which is the best or the largest economy of the European nations over there, and they're in trouble, and looks to me like they're ready to go ahead and borrow to fund Vladimir Zelensky over there for the war to continue on with Russia. They're not pushing anyone to the table. Matter of fact, you're just constantly hearing a bunch of trash talk about Trump and what he's doing and all those things. So, sad thing is it is what it is, and that's the way those folks are doing. That's what they're doing. So, but anyhow,
noticed that at the end of these studies,
just one of those things that we just have to deal with today, and you've got elections going on in Germany. So with that, the far right, I guess, that's what they call common sense people. That's what they call Donald Trump and voters of Donald Trump over there. It's far right now. It's not just the right. They have went so far away, and that's exactly what Rubio and these guys have been telling them when they went over there to speak before them at that conference. And so basically, the biggest threat is that you guys have walked away from your people that have elected you, and you've decided to put immigrants and everybody else ahead of them and stymie their free speech. And so those things are not part of what we believe in, and that's separating us and you. So that's kind of the message. I didn't take that too well either. So they're in turmoil over there. They're scrambling to get their military, their security put together. They don't have security. They don't have an army, so to speak, European army. They have depended on America all these years to come and rescue them, and they have squandered their money to social justice causes and everything else, and not building their military and not playing their part. There was a 2% GDP requirement for NATO, and almost all of them, only a few had ever stayed with that requirement. And Trump has basically, the last time he was in, put their feet to the fire and said, "Hey, you need to amp up, or we're not gonna come in and help you." So anyhow, some of them have made an attempt. Some of them have said, "Hey, yeah, we'll try and do it by 2035 or whatever to get to the 2%." Trump said no. When Trump came back in, he says we need 5%, not 2%. So they're trying to get to 2.5% and of their GDP, and now it's becoming a big issue because they are just not. They don't know what Trump's not going to do either. And so Trump has made it very clear we're not out there anymore giving free stuff. We're going to require you charge us 50% tariff, we're going to charge you 50% tariff. There's not going to be this one-way transactions anymore. And Trump is actually demanding the money that we have given Ukraine for the war to get it paid back. And Biden never asked for it back. It was just basically a gift. And that's why it makes most of us think that it was a lot of money is being funneled. Big discrepancy. Donald Trump saying $350 billion, and I'm seeing that there Zelensky is saying, yeah, we only got like $69.5 billion. But anyhow, yeah, that's pretty interesting though. Very interesting stuff. So, yeah, and Trump is asking for rights to minerals to help pay back that debt, and if they want continued support from America, such as weapons and things like that, it's not going to be a one-way street. Hey, we're just going to give you this. So yeah, that's a little bit of a sticky situation, and we'll see what happens. But I want to see I see here where Zelensky is speaking here, and I'd like to jump over here. Let's see what he has to say here.
Had given him and the army the mission to defend Russia. Here's a bit of what else he had to say.
Special words of congratulations to our soldiers and officers, participants in the special military operation. Today, risking their lives and showing courage, they resolutely defend their native land, national interests, and the future of Russia. We will continue to improve the combat capabilities of the Army and Navy, as their combat readiness is the most important component of ensuring Russia's security, a guarantee of its sovereign present and future, its progressive development.
Well, the war in Ukraine, one of the topics as the U.S. president spoke for 75 minutes on Saturday, railing against his enemies, blasting his rivals, and boasting about his accomplishments. This at the Conservative Political Action Conference, a major event in right-wing politics. Guillaume Goujon has more.
A triumphant Donald Trump addressed a crowd of loyal supporters at the Conservative Political Action Conference this Saturday. Only a month into his presidency, he held his international diplomacy efforts, vowing to recover American taxpayer money from Ukraine.
I've spoken to President Putin, and I think that thing is going to end, but it's got to end. It's a horrible, horrible thing to watch. I'm dealing with President Zelensky. I'm dealing with President Putin. I'm trying to get the money back. To join us.
Italy's far-right leader, Giorgia Meloni, also addressed the conference. She insisted that both Europe and the United States would remain close under Donald Trump, despite the latest tensions.
The Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni.
But knowing him as a strong and effective leader, I bet that those who hope for divisions will be proven wrong.
The conference was first held in 1974. Its goal in this 2025 edition is to be the largest and most influential gathering of conservatives in the world.
His heart is strong, but for the moment, the latest statement clearly states that he is in critical condition, and it's.
Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for today. Just for any breaking stuff, we'll try and get another stream out for that. But stay tuned later on. God willing, we're going to come back out with some faith message, and hopefully talk about Jesus and what you can hope for today, and how all this stuff comes together and what we should be doing for Jesus in the meantime. So anyhow, we'll catch you later.